this year.
Yummy!
You know, for us, we need a brighter light.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Heritage and Home Crochet Podcast. I am Deja, the host, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. So today's gonna be a little bit of a catch up, a little bit of a life update, as well as showing you guys what I've been up to, what am I working on, and where I've been at. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Hmm. 2022. What can I say? It was the biggest year for me in terms of personal growth. It was a big year. If I had to sum it up in 3 words, I would say introspective, bittersweet, slow/intentional. And I'm going to break that down for you. So, number 1, introspective. I chose this one because, with COVID restrictions being lifted, I realized that I had a lot of anxiety and fear and all of these inhibitions that I never realized that I had. Some of that was in relation to being among people again, and the social anxiety that comes with that, and isolation isn't good for us. So there was a lot of that. But in a greater sense, it was this question of where do I stand in this world? What's my place? What do I bring? And what makes me valuable in this world? And that was a big question that I had to answer. Hence the introspection. Number 2, bittersweet. All of that introspection led to me trying to really pinpoint that fear. And I basically realized I had a lot of emotional wounds that needed tending to before I could throw off those inhibitions and move forward in a really confident and calm and centered way. And if you've ever been through a self-discovery journey, emotional healing journey, it is painful first before it gets better. It's stepping on landmines that you've been tiptoeing around so that you can get them to blow up, so you can figure out how to heal them in a healthy and productive way. And that's what I did. So it was painful. But then after a while, after applying these methods of positive coping skills and things, it got really sweet. And it was great. So it was definitely a bittersweet year for that reason. And lastly, it was slow. I feel like naturally with introspection comes slowness. You have to sort of settle yourself and do things that make that space for being thoughtful and pensive and introspective. And so there was a lot of tactile things like cooking and watering my plants and nice slow walks outside and sunrises and sunsets and long drives. And, you know, there's this concept of slow living that I feel like really started to emerge during the COVID time, maybe even a little bit before. And I fully jumped on that bandwagon last year. It was so needed. It was so needed. We have this hyper virtual and hyper technologically advanced world that is sort of taking us away from this part of ourselves that we really need to nourish, which is slow living. And what I love about slow living is that it's sort of drawing back away from the daily grind and putting more focus and emphasis on the simple and basic aspects of life and that type of thing. So it was really great. It helped me improve my sense of what's important and what's valuable to me, and looking at the individual value of things in my life. So yes, there was this huge journey of self-discovery. And through it, what I learned is that I am a natural born artist and creator. I look at life through a lens of possibilities and deep meanings, and what can I do to make this prettier? What can I do to give finesse to this situation and handle this in a graceful and beautiful and creative way, but also in the more practical and real sense of creating, designing, really specifically for me. I'm a designer. And that's something I really tapped into this year. And you guys saw a lot of that. And it was just great. It brings to mind this movie that I watched, which was Where'd You Go, Bernadette? It's an awesome movie. It's about this architect slash artist who is sort of a basket case at this point in life because she has stopped creating because she had a heartbreak in the creative sense. You know, she made this beautiful, like the best work of her life, and someone turned this beautiful art piece into a parking garage, and it just made her go crazy. But the most outstanding part for me was when her friend and fellow architect looked at her and told her, "You and I are natural born creative people. We are born with a need to create. And if that need isn't met, we are a menace to society." And that is exactly how it was for me. You know, until I consistently made that space for creating and designing and crafting and synthesizing and changing and inventing it, until I made space for that consistently, I did feel like a menace to society. I did feel disconnected and like almost like a villain. But now it's like I'm totally turned around, and it feels so amazing to feed and nurture that need inside of me, because it's not just a hobby, it's a true need. And it was just wonderful to discover that. So that was my 2022 in a nutshell. And thank you guys so much for being part of that journey and a huge part of the support process that I needed to, you know, give myself that permission to take those steps. And you guys were there for that. So thank you. Now, I think you waited long enough. Let's get right into the whips. I like candlelight. Just had to light my taper candle. So what I've been working on right now is this hat. I am living for this colorway. It's so beautiful. It's called Dark Denim, and it is one of the authentic hand-dyed yarns from Hobby Lobby. This is what it looks like in its cake. It's so beautiful. So it's this dark navy blue, and it does have like a lighter blue variation that almost kind of goes to nearly white in some places. Well, I shouldn't say nearly white, but it has like a very light color, like if they mixed white in it. But it's really pretty. See? You see? Oh no, that's just dog hair. Oh Lord, her hair is everywhere. But yeah, that is what it looks like. It's super beautiful. And then this is what it looks like worked up. Which is super cool. Has these like very beautiful washes of blue and black. It gets as dark as black in certain areas, like here. Of course, there's more dog hair. Lovely. So yes, this is gonna be a hat, and it's gonna be for my husband. I swear, I'm always saying I'm gonna make something for him, and I never like do. But this really is just for him. It really is for him. And this is 100% superwash merino, which I am living for. I love working with it. It feels so good and natural working with this. And I am gonna make a slouchy beanie. And so what I'm gonna do is just keep going straight, and then I'm just gonna gather it like that. It doesn't have to be something pretty and like wonderful and constructed at the end, because it's for a man and he doesn't want all that fuss. And I did some cabling here for the ribbing or the brim or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if you guys know how to do this, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to join extended, or not extended, but foundation chain, like a foundation row. So I did foundation half double crochet, and I don't know how to join it to be able to work in the round. So I just like leave it, and then at the end I just seam it up. But I'm okay with that too. But if you know how to do it, point me to a video or something, link something below, because I'm sure there's a way. I just can't really like get it to where it just looks natural and it looks nice. So anyways, this is the hat, and I'm excited. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to block it, of course, which it is superwash merino, so it will probably block pretty good. And then I'm going to line it, and it'll be his beautiful hat, which I'm excited for. So like I said, I did cable. I did like a double crochet, 2 rows double crochet, not 2 rows, I'm sorry, 2 double crochet, and then 2 front post double crochet to give me this ribbing right here. It's kind of hard to see it, isn't it? There, let's kind of see it better, like the oh, it's better when you see it back here. You can see it sort of in its full glory. So there's that. And then for the body, I'm doing the Suzette stitch in the round, which is gorgeous in the round. I am in love with it. I like it so much better than Suzette in the rows. So I don't know if you can kind of see, but it creates these like diagonal lines that kind of has these like little dollops of light coming through it, which I think is just so beautiful. And it's not a very like girly or like, you know, frou-frou sort of pattern, but it's a nice, very uniform pattern, but one that is still it still has like an ornateness to it, and it doesn't just look like normal crocheting, like rows of just single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, which I love. I just love it. So like I said, I'm just gonna keep extending it and then gather it at the end. I did play around with the idea of putting more cables on the end of it, to help it slouch more and everything like that, but I'm really not sure. So I'll keep you guys posted. And I'm thinking, because there'll be so much left over, that I might make him some like mitts or like fingerless gloves or something. Because I need to use this yarn, and it's a lot of it. So we'll see. And the next thing that I wanted to show you, this is something that I have been wanting to show you, but I completely forgot. I want to do some different work on it, which is going to involve me frogging some of it. So I wanted to show you guys before I did that. But this is that yoke for that sweater that I was working on. Y'all saw that. I haven't given it a name or anything like that. But the fit is okay. It's not bad. But it's not what I want either. But I decided to do, I learned the triple stitch from Rich Textures Crochet, which I will link that video. And I just thought it was the most genius thing. It's like adding texture on like an otherwise just basic sweater. And so I was doing these like diagonals of the triple stitch to create this really cool like textured, it gives me like tribal, like very tribal vibes, and I was like super excited about it. But I think this yarn is a little bit too busy. You can't really see it and appreciate it and enjoy it the way I want you to. So and I just like the way the color just looks like it was drip paint, like on a spinning wheel. I like that. It has those like kind of streaks in it. So I think I want to not mess with that. So I think I'm gonna take these triple stitch little bubbles out and then do something different. I'll just keep it basic, but I did want it to have something like some kind of a little design element to it, but I can't figure out what to do. And to be honest, it's not the softest. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to frog it like I want to, because this yarn is basically felting on itself. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. The next thing, before I forget about it, I made another version of my hat. But instead of adding the ribbing, no, not the ribbing, the raised ridges on the 2 rows that I have here, like this, that really gives it that like structured shape. I didn't add those this time, and then just kind of let it have its, you know, natural shape, how it is normally without that. And I like it. I like both of them. So I did finish the pattern, so it's done, it's ready, and I just made an option for if you don't want to add the raised ridge, you don't have to. And I'm releasing my pattern on Ribbler, but I might also put it elsewhere, so we'll see. Okay, so on to the next thing. So here is a baby blanket. Look how cute this baby blanket is. It is so adorable. Now, this is not my own pattern. I will insert the information for where I got this from. Now, I didn't follow the pattern. I'm gonna be honest, I did not follow the pattern. I just looked at the picture and just made it. Just the motif here in the middle, which is really cute. It's like just double crochet, and then you just chain 1 in between 3 double crochets just to make the windows. So it's a really simple pattern, but I loved it, and I wanted something that was gonna be like nice, gender neutral. It's for someone, a friend of mine. She's a grandmother, so it's her first time being a grandmother, and the grandmother loves the color orange, and the parents wanted to be surprised with the gender of the baby, so we're like, let's just do orange. And so that is what we did, and I love it because it has this really beautiful like creamsicle vibe to it. It just makes me happy. I feel like it is just beautiful, and it's gonna be a great asset to a child in their room. It's gonna brighten the room up. It's gonna be great. I do hope it goes with their color scheme. The baby did turn out to be a boy, and he came early, and he was nearly 10 pounds. So there is that. I did not mention I am using, okay, ooh, I just got nervous for a second. I saw these 2 yarns together and I was like, are these 2 different color like dye lots? But they're completely different yarns for completely different projects. So this is the remaining I have of this hat. This is the Bamboo-tiful. I don't know what color this is. I'm not gonna pretend. And then this is Trueboo that I got for a project for someone who asked me to make it for them, and I will show you it. Why is it in a towel, you ask? Well, it's because it's for someone else, and I don't want dog hair on it, so I like wrap it up in a towel and then unfold it to work on it, and I make sure my dog is nowhere around me when I'm working on it. So here is this yarn. It's called Goldenrod. It's in the color Goldenrod by Trueboo. And I am making a, it's like a granny square hexagon. And it's basically, well, it is the same thing as that butterfly cardigan that I was making in the summertime. I made like 2 of them. And someone saw me with it and she wanted one. So this is the color that she chose, and she wanted this yarn. She chose this yarn. I gave her like a sample of yarns to use, and I knew she would want, like, I know her personally and I know her taste, and I knew she would want something that has like a very like high class kind of feel to it. Like she would not want acrylic, but I did give her like an acrylic option just to see what she would say. So these are the options that I gave her. So I kind of gave it to her in the pattern using the yarn that I would use, as well as the hook. So, and she chose this one right here, which is Trueboo in the color Mulberry. And she decided she wanted this gold color, so that's what she got. But yeah, these are the other options that I had for her, so she could see how they would all look and how they would all feel on her skin and everything. And yeah, she chose this one. This is very painstaking. I, first of all, don't really want to work this pattern anymore. I still have a ton to work, and this is only 1 panel. I need to make 2. But look how much this is like for a 5-year-old. And I know I'm gonna have to buy more yarn because this is already 1.5 balls. And I have a 3rd one, and I'm pretty sure this will probably get me, definitely finish this first panel, and then maybe like start a little bit of the 2nd panel. So I'm gonna have to go and buy probably 2 or 3 more balls of yarn for that. But yeah, this is what I'm making with this, and that is why it is in here. I didn't mention the hook sizes that I'm using for any of these things. But I will just place all the information on the screen. But yeah, this, while I'm here, I am using a G hook to make this, and it's just a granny stripe in a like hexagon shape. So it makes this, and this is really pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it has gorgeous drape, but I am not a huge fan of working with Trueboo. I'm not. It's like Bamboo-tiful is bamboo yarn, but like look at the gloss difference. Well, it's hard to tell, but this one has, it feels like it has a little bit more cotton in it, a lot more grit and grip, but this one is so slippery and so slick. It's like so hard to crochet with it because it's hard to keep your tension correct, because it just wants to slip and slide everywhere. But this one is a lot more grippy, so it's not as hard to crochet with, and I can crochet several things, crochet with it several times, which I have. I've made like probably 3 or 4 hats with this at this point. So it's, you know, it's a thing, but I'm just trying to get through the project. And I didn't tell her a time period on when I would fulfill. And this is like a spring, summer, maybe even fall project. So yeah, she knows just not to expect it for a while. Which stinks. Like, I never want to be that person that's just going to take forever on a project for somebody else, but it literally tests my sanity to make this project. So and the next thing that I have to show you guys is this scarf. So a while ago, early this year, around March or April, maybe February, I made this cute hat using the glowing yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is so cute. I love it. I love the texture. I love the colors. And so I wanted to make a matching set for it and a matching scarf for it and give it away. I will have to say the camera is not picking up the colors very well. It's not like doing it. It's not as saturated as it should be. But I don't know if that's just like the nature of the colors. But so I decided to make a scarf to go along with it, and this is just half double crochet, just something really simple and super easy. And then I did some bean stitches at the bottom on both sides. Okay, so 2 of the balls of yarn were the ones that I used for this were different. So I ended up having to, do I even have more of this one? No, I don't even have any more. I use it all. So I ended up having to just like alternate every 2 rows, like go back and forth and then pick up a yarn and then go back and forth, pick up a yarn, just so that it would look natural. So I did up till, where's it at? Okay, so up till here. And then I had to like layer in more yarn and like, yeah, you can see the pattern kind of changes. It's like solid, 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 and then it like changes. And then back to here, it goes back to solid from probably about, I don't know. But yeah. So I like this scarf and I think I'm gonna give it away. The scarf and hat combination. And I think the scarf is just long enough. Like it's not super chunky. I think I just burned it on this candle. It smells like burnt hair. Anyways, so I think it's just long enough. And then it'll go with this hat. It's not too short, but it's kind of short, but it's fine. I'm just gonna give this set to somebody and I hope they like it. So yeah, it'll be just hat and thing combo. And I'm thinking about putting, well, I dropped it, but I have a little bit of scraps left over and I'm thinking about putting just a little bit of fringe on the bottom. Not too long, just like a little bit. Yeah, I think that would look really nice and it'll just be a nice finishing touch. I just wish it was bulkier, even though this is like, it's not Aran weight. I think it's like 6 yarn because it's kind of thick. Well, I don't know, maybe it's Aran, but I'm telling you, like on the packaging, I think it's Aran weight or 6. It's kind of thick. So anyways, that is the next thing that I made. I'm trying to think, is there anything else before I show you these last 2 things? Okay, and so this next thing I've been working on for a little while, I did take a little wee break from it because it was taking up a lot. But I'm making this black cardigan and I'm very in love with it so far. So I did the Suzette stitch. So this is a pattern based off of my Ivy League Vestigan. So I made it off of the same like template of how I structured it and how I like got the foundation stitches for it and everything like that. And then this is using the Suzette stitch. So you see what I mean by like how the Suzette stitch, depending on how you're using it and which yarn you're using it in. And I guess this works for other yarns too, but it has a different texture. So this as well is Suzette stitch, but it's not as textured. This one almost feels like popcorns, but this is also worked in rows as opposed to in the round. So I'm not sure. So it's hard. I'll do a whole separate video on how I did this, so you guys can sort of get a feel for it and understand it. But I am doing this ribbing, dog hairs on everything. This ribbing along the edge that is coming out very like ruffled, and I'm living for it. I love it. I love it a lot. Now it's like one length all through here. Not one length, one width all through here, and I want it to be like more through here. So I'm thinking about unseaming it on this seam right here on both sides, and then just adding in like another panel of Suzette stitch, so that it can, one, blend in seamlessly, and second, give me a little bit more space, because I have a pear shape, and when I wear things, I need a little bit more real estate through the hip area. So and I'll explain that to you guys. But yeah, and I am using this yarn. I will show you. It's this Soft Secret yarn, which is basically like the Caron Simply Soft yarn. It's literally like a dupe, but I love this one. I love it a lot. And I get it from Hobby Lobby for $5.49, and it's 300 yards. It's 100% acrylic, but I like it a lot. It's like one of the few acrylics that like I will be like, yes, I'll use this time and again, because it's like, it says I'm pretty sure it says it's a 4-weight medium yarn, which maybe it kind of is, but it feels more like a 3 to me. And I like it. I like it a lot. It's not puffy. You know how like there's some yarns that are like acrylic, like 4-weight acrylic yarns, and they kind of have this like bloom to them. This one isn't like that. It has a very like sleek finish to it, and I really like that. So I find this very easy to work with, and I really enjoy the end result. So yeah, I'm excited because I don't really have much left. As you can see, the thing is mainly done, but I am going to do some sleeves. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do them in Suzette stitch or not. I'm leaning towards a not. Trying to figure out what I would want in the instead of that, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, and then I'm going to, as you can see, I've started sort of putting some of that. No, is it the other side? I've started to put some of that ribbing on the back panel. It's slowly starting. Here's the corner right here. It takes so long, but that's what's allowing me to have this ruffle effect as opposed to just like a straight edge. It's giving ruffle because it's creating some volume right here, because I'm only doing slip stitching through 1 as opposed to 2, which would give it a really boxy shape. So I love it. And the last thing that I'm working on is another garment, but I am very soon going to cast on another garment. I'm going to participate in Casey Apples from Young Folk Knits make along. So it's going to be like a sweater make along. And I'm not going to use this sweater for it because I'm like probably going to do a lot more, because what it is that when I need to like get the specifications for it, and like I'm gonna put it in the description bar so you can kind of join that if you would like to. But the sweater can't be more than halfway done, and as you can see, like this is like almost halfway done. And I'm gonna do a bishop sleeve, and I'm gonna just finish out the body. I am decreasing right now at the body, like right here under the bust, to have like a little bit more of a taper so that I can have, it'll like taper in a little bit like here, and then it'll flare out a little bit. So just a very subtle peplum. And you guys may recognize this yarn. This is the Highlights yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I use it for a different project that I was loving, but then the dimensions weren't right for me to make something else with it, to make something with it that I wanted to make with it. So this is that panel that I was using, that I was crocheting with, and it was super pretty, and so many people were like, hey, make a cardigan with it, it'll be a nice like oversized cardigan. But like that's just not my style. I don't really wear oversized things. Like I don't think you guys have ever seen me in anything oversized. And so I just decided I'm gonna make a sweater with it. So I'm currently working on, I think this is my second ball. Yeah, I think this is my second ball. I joined right here for the first, to get to the second ball. And I have, quite a bit left. I can't find it. Okay. Yeah, quite a bit left of the second ball. And then I still have a whole nother ball here. So I have plenty, and this yarn has a lot of yardage in it. Again, I'm going to put everything in the description bar so that you can see exactly what I'm using and where I got it from. So yeah, I'm excited, and it is so pretty on, you guys. Oh, I didn't tell you, I am making a moss stitch variation, like a variation on my moss stitch sweater, which I really need to put a name on that thing. So I'm going to do a bishop sleeve instead of the short sleeve that I had last time. I'm going to do a long bishop sleeve that kind of bells out, and then I'm going to have a really pretty defined cuff. And then I'm going to, on the bell sleeve, add more of these double crochet windows. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's double crochet. Yes, double crochet windows. I'm thinking all the way down. I'm not sure how spaced out they're gonna be, but I think they're gonna be all the way down to the cuff. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just do like a band of them and then go down to the cuff. I don't know. I really don't know. I will cross that bridge when I get there, but I'm loving this. I'm speeding through it. Yeah, I love it so much. So I think I need to cast on something else to make for Casey Apple's make along, because I'm just flying through this, and I just don't know if I want to slow that momentum down just to like have it on hold. So I'm thinking about casting on something else. Hold that thought. So I went to grab this yarn to show you guys, because I've had this yarn for like over a year. I got it from Hobby Lobby's clearance sale of 2021. So I have a ton of yarn. This is Sweet Divinity yarn, which is so pretty. Like, I'm so sad they got rid of that line and they discontinued it, but I loved it so much. I've never made anything with it, but the colors were so pretty, and I just love the weight of the yarn. It says it's a 3-weight yarn. I think it's a 3-weight yarn, which explains why I love it so much, because I love 3-weight yarn. It's my favorite. And this is it in the different colors. But I love that it's like this stone washy, like heathery kind of colors that have like almost like you can see it in this one. It has like browns in it and like hint of green, tan, like a, you know, it's a weird combination. I don't know the colors of these, but I'll try to find them and post them in the description box for you. But this one has like sort of the same kind of like little hints of brown in them. And I am just like obsessed. So I got these. I have 4 of these total. And then I have 2 of these berry colors. And then I have this, which is the Soft and Sleek DK, Soft and Sleek DK. It's the Soft and Sleek from Hobby Lobby, but it's in the DK weight as opposed to the chunky or worsted. So I have this color, and I thought it would be so cool to like do like a gradient effect. These don't look great on camera, but I'm telling you in real life they look good. But I might not do the gradient with this color because this color matches perfectly one of my blue sky fibers, and I might use it for that sweater. So I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about doing something with this, and I'm thinking about following somebody else's pattern for once, just so that I don't have any hangups or creative blocks when it comes to participating in this make along. So we will see. I will let you guys know and keep you posted on things. Maybe try to make some use of the community tab more often to show you guys kind of what I'm working with and what I'm working on. So that is pretty much all for this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging. If you were able to get to the end of this video, I know I talk a lot, but I'm just in love with everything that I have here to show you guys and everything that I have on the horizon to make as far as videos as well. So that is it. I hope you guys have a great evening or rest of whatever time that it is that you're watching this video, and thank you for sitting with me a spell. Thank you for coming on down to my home and enjoying some quality time with me. Let me know what you guys are working on as well. What are your whips? Put them down in the comments, as well as tell me the 3 words that describe your 2022 as I did with mine. And if you like the video, please like. It helps me so much and helps get my videos out to other people who might enjoy them. If you know somebody who might enjoy them, please share this video as well as others with them. And if you really like the work that I do and you want to support me, buy me a coffee or a ball of yarn. Here's my coffee page, and I will have all of that information in the description bar for you guys. So I hope you have a great day. Please subscribe if you have not, and that's it. Bye.